So I'm in the AWS console right now. Feel free to go through and start terminating all your instances because you don't want to go over your free tier allocation. Also bear in mind that elastic load balancers cost you money. So also go ahead and terminate your elastic load balancers. It catches a lot of students out. Make sure you have deleted all of them, and they can be difficult, difficult to see, and it can be easy to forget about them. So a lot of people do go over free tier just by keeping their ELBs on. So make sure you do it in your two regions. Go ahead and delete those instances and delete those elastic load balancers. I just want to point something out that an elastic load balancer never has an IP4 address. It's always just got a DNS name. That would of course resolve to IP4 addresses, but Amazon actually handle that for you. So you can never have a public IP address for an elastic load balancer. And that's a really, really important exam topic. It's definitely worth a few marks. So if you're got some kind of troubleshooting question that's coming up and it's saying, resolve the DNS record to the IP4 or IP6 address of the elastic load balancer, you know that that is an incorrect answer. So as I said, just go through and delete everything so that you don't incur a cost. And I've just gone in and terminated that. So now that you've terminated everything, like I was just saying, remember that elastic load balancers don't have predefined IP4 addresses. You resolve to them using a DNS name, and Amazon handle that DNS resolution for you. You should understand the difference between an alias record and a CNAME. Remember, an alias record acts sort of like a CNAME, except you can resolve individual AWS resources. So you can resolve elastic load balancers, for example. You can resolve CloudFront distributions, for example. And if you're given the choice in any exam question to choose between an alias record and a CNAME, always choose an alias record over a CNAME because in most scenarios you're always going to be resolving to an AWS resource. And then of course remember the different routing policies and their use cases. So we have 5. Simple is basically the simplest one that there is. It's basically stupid round robin, and you would typically use that with a single web server. Weighted is where you want to do things like A and B testing. So maybe you've got a new website that you're bringing into production, but you want to make sure that it's going to increase in sales. So you send 10% to your new website and you send 90% to your old website. Latency is based on your end users, so how will they get the quickest performance? We use that example of someone in South Africa trying to connect in. And then we have failover. Failover just means where you've got a production and a DR site, and your DR site only comes online if your production site fails a health check, and we went in and created those health checks. And then geolocation is simply where your end users are. So we did a test and we set up geolocation so that all our European customers went to London and the rest of the world went over to Sydney. So that is it. In this entire section of the course is uniform across the 3 associate courses. That's just because this topic comes up again and again and again in all 3 associate exams. And it's also actually really important for you to know if you're going to work with AWS how to use Route53 moving forward with your careers. Okay, so that's it guys. Go have a break and when you're ready, go on to the next section of the course. Thank you.